Alright, we're back. We're waiting for our blue assembly machines to finish crafting here, but we got enough, I think, to get started. So this crafts faster, right? So by a factor of 0.25. So that means it's going to build the gear wheels faster, and it's going to build the red science faster. Very handy. Now this here is fine. It's building fast enough. These things don't take long to craft, so I'm not going to waste blue. Actually, to be honest, I don't really need to waste blue assembly machines on gear wheel production because it's so fast. This is going to increase the production of our red science by 25%. So that's going to be super handy in of itself. And actually, we are out of copper or out of iron here. So this is why we need significant iron production. So grab that. And then put some iron in here, because I want to lower this running around here. Okay, so we've got some blue assembly machines. Now what I want to build is I want to build mining, electric mining drills. So I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to choose electric mining drill. Okay, so what it needs is iron plates, iron gear wheels, and an electronic unit. So actually I'm going to move this. I'm going to do this on the other side over here. So I want to do a setup similar here, right? Because it needs both. It needs both production, electric mining drill. So it needs both iron gear wheels and iron plates, just like this setup here does. Because this here, again, it requires iron and iron gear wheels. So I'm just going to, again, I'm going to use Assembly Machine 1 to create the drills, because the drills require quite a bit of time to create. And then I'm going to choose... I'm going to use regular assembly machines because they're slower, but you create gear wheels so fast anyways, I don't think you're really going to notice. And I need fast inserter, so I just queued up 10. Okay, and I need also a couple iron chests. So I got to think this through. So one, I could build a similar setup that I have here, so I only have one chest to refill. And the benefit is that I've got extra gear wheels here, which is nice for whenever I need something like that. Okay. So we're going to set here, and just for the placeholder, I'll put a wooden chest there. Actually, my steel chest or iron chest are done. Okay. So, and then I'm going to have a burner here, and actually here and here. So here's the other thing. Once you've placed down a inserter, or actually any building, you can hit R and rotate it, even though it's already been placed down. So you don't have to do it while you're putting the item down. All right, so the next thing I want to research is, I don't have green science yet, so I'm not going to make anything that has green science. Well, pretty much everything. So, all right, fluid handling. We'll do that next. We're quite a ways off from that, but still. All right, so we're going to do this here and this here. So these are going to build the iron gear wheels that we need. And actually, I'm going to do something a little different here. So I don't have a massive surplus of gear wheels. I'm just going to do this. I don't know if this is going to work. I usually put a box here. So what's going to happen, this is going to take the iron gear wheel and just set it on the ground. And then this one here will grab it and put it in there. So that way I don't have a huge surplus. Because given enough time, I will have these full of gears. Actually, you know what I can do? So here's something that's super handy. If you click, so you have this red button here, you can click it and just boom, do that. And so it'll only fill up these two slots here. I forgot about that. So that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do that. And then I can still set these down here and do the same thing. So that way I don't get an overabundance of gear wheels, which means I also will not use up too much iron. Okay, so we got that. We got the gear wheel situations. We got these two things taken care of. So electronic circuits. Electronic circuits, you can see here, require copper cables and iron plate. It requires 3 copper cables and an iron plate. So you're almost gonna have this kind of a similar setup here. I'm gonna take this, run that here, just so these get power. Oops, and I am out of wood. Oh wait, no. I am out of power poles, so I'm going to make a couple of power poles real quick. I'm going to reroute this power situation here. And this is all temporary. I don't like this kind of dirty power system here, but we'll make it work. Okay, so this is going to actually pull out. So I'm going to build some more iron chests. Alright, so this is going to pull out the electronic circuits. Now, actually, here's something I'm going to do. I want a surplus of electronic circuits. So I'm going to have it put in here, the electronic circuits. I'm going to leave this like that. Actually, like this. So that way I have, if I build up a surplus, I have it quite a bit, because I will be using them quite a bit. Let's choose that. So for copper cables, they're kind of like gear wheels. They build really fast, so I don't really need a blue assembly machine for it, because it's going to build them so fast, it's kind of pointless to have them. Alright, so we're going to do... This just needs... Okay. So I'm just thinking through the best way of doing this. I'm going to do that and that. No. I'm going to do, again, a similar setup to what I have here, where now I need steel or iron. Alright, so I need more fast inserters. Eventually I will have a whole factory that's just, or a whole section that's just making inserters. That's all it does. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and set these up to say copper and then copper. Copper cables. Okay. Waiting for those to build. And then, again, I don't want to over surplus of copper cables. So I'm going to do similar what I did with the gear wheels. Just actually, I'll just do one, because there's really no point. And these are out of power. Actually, you know what? Let's just burn this. I'm never going to use my wood crates again. So I just used it as fuel. Alright, so this is going to pull the copper out of this. I'm going to put this copper in here. See, put copper in here. It's going to create these, or it's going to use the copper to create the copper cables, and then put it in there, and then I'll put another chest here. And I'll do like what I did before, where I just don't want a ton of excess copper. Alright. Now, so we've got our copper cable figured out. Now we just need iron chest, or iron plates. So all I'm going to do is set this here, and then it's not optimal, but whatever. Man, this is dirty. But it's all temporary. That's what I tell myself. Okay, so I just need to put steel in here, or steel, iron. Boom. I can put the rest of that copper in there, and then I can just put that there. Alright, so now we are building circuits. You can see here is just churning them out. Okay, so we still need iron for this. Oh boy. You can see here, this iron is like not cutting it. These 5 little measly burners are not, or minor 5 drills are not cutting it. So I'm gonna really need to up my iron game. So I'm gonna get some stone, and I'm gonna have to build more furnaces, because I'm gonna need. In the meantime, I'm still gonna need a lot of iron. Copper, I'm fine on, I think, but it's gonna be the iron that I'm gonna be really struggling with until I get it all automated. All right, get some copper. Actually, let me go ahead and fill these up while I'm down here. There, I'm just control clicking. I grab the coal out of my inventory, and then I just control click on what I want to refill. Oh, and that ate up all the coal. Ugh, I may need more of these. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna build. Let me get some copper or iron. Alright, so I'm gonna build all 10 of those. Any extras I can build coal with. Or mine coal, because I'm now going to be increasing my coal requirements by a significant amount. Oops. There's a stupid tree here. Let's get rid of that. Alright. Oh, I need furnaces too. Oh, I don't have enough stone. Get more stone. You can see here it's already sucked out the... Oh, wait, you know what? I don't have a drop-off point for... Oy. Oh, man. You can see here that we got... Our red science is doing fine right now. We're making tons of it. So you can see it did really increase the efficiency of our red science. All right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I need iron chest because I need an output for this. I need to store these two, or it's not going to create anything else. So we'll just put it here, and then it needs power. Again, just make it dirty. All right, so and it's out of iron here too. So, oh boy. So you can see I am in dire need for iron, and I need more stone. Actually, I'm gonna get 2 stacks of stone out of that. Alright, so I need 5 furnaces. And, oh man, I'm definitely gonna need more coal. So I'm gonna do the same setup I got here, just with another set of 4. Alright, so we got more iron going now. We got more coal. It's still not, I don't think, going to be enough, but we'll see. Get these all refilled up. Okay, at least we got some more iron going, because I'm going to need it. Get more copper. I need to refill some of our copper up there anyways. And see, we're using up a lot more power too, so my boilers are going to be sucking up more coal, so I need to see what the coal situation is with all my boilers. Alright, so they're getting kind of low, so I need to take care of that. Alright. Now you can see here, performance, not very much, so we're still pretty good performance-wise. Again, these are all kind of shut down because I'm out of iron, but, okay, you know what? I can go ahead and put copper in here. I can put quite a bit of copper in there, I think. Because we don't use a lot of copper here for red science, so I'm just going to dump the rest of this copper in here. And then, what little bit of steel. So we've got, so far only 2 of those. So the steel production is the problem. Or I keep saying steel, iron. Iron's my problem right now, and I need to put iron in here as well. So, and then you can see here, I'm just barely hanging on with coal. Just barely. You know, part of me is like, I need to make another 3 more burner or mining drills, which I need iron for. Alright, so I'm going to make 3 more, because I already have 1, because I'm going to do another one of these setups. right here. I thought I built 3 more. I guess I didn't. Alright, and here we go. Put that there. I'll just give it... No, I won't give it wood. I'll just grab some more coal. Put that in there. Okay. So hopefully my coal situation will be a little bit better. I'm hoping. Hopefully my iron situation is a little better too. Grab this copper. It's not gonna be much, but you know, well, about 200, almost 200. These need to be refilled too. Not as important, but because I got plenty of stone, so I'm not too concerned about that. So right now I just need iron. Iron is my big problem right now. Got some iron in here. Oh, that's almost out. Okay, so I'm gonna put how much iron? Put half of this in there, or most of it. I'll just dump the rest in here. Actually, I need iron up here for my red science. Not much, but some. Oh boy. This is how Factorio gets you to expand, or to learn how to expand. Now, one of the benefits is that I am producing extra green circuits, which is amazing. Because I can keep these in my inventory, and I can craft stuff on the fly that requires green circuits. I don't have to craft them myself because I already have them in my inventory. So having excess green circuits is very, very handy. All right, so I've got 13 now, so that's good. We're got a little bit of automation going on here. Much better than crafting it myself. Crafting it yourself is not fun. I've been there, I've done that. Never again. Collect all these. Alright, how am I looking coal? Okay, coal's looking a little better. Okay, so hopefully that's enough to fill all these up, and then I can probably get my boilers going. Or get my boilers topped off. Okay. So that's all completely topped off. So let's go ahead and get my boilers topped off. Because you can see here, they're using that performance there. Now that the factories are working and stuff, it's using a little bit more, but not a ton. We're still in a pretty good spot. Oh man, we still got extra coal. Look at that. Yes. All right, it gives me that I can go ahead and fill these up too. Probably not enough to get my copper all filled up too, copper smelting, but we shall see. Actually, I can just go ahead and grab more coal on the way down there. That should be enough, I think. Oh yeah, that's more than enough. All right, so we're looking a little better now, coal-wise. I'm still not producing. I think I'm using. Let's see here. Right now, I'm producing. Actually, let's do over 1 minute. I'm producing 171. 160, 170 iron plates per minute. I am consuming. It says here only 46. That, you know, that's actually that's not a true number because I have factories that are not currently operating because they do not have iron. So let's go ahead and get some iron in here and see what our true production is. All right, so. Alright, so we can go here. I can hit this little button up here for production statistics. So we can see over the course of 5 seconds, every 5 seconds I'm doing about 13, 14, 15 iron plates. And I am consuming over 50. So you can see over a 5 second period, I'm terrible. 5 minute period, again, I'm consuming more than I am producing. So this gives you an idea of like where you're at production wise. So, whereas I think copper, I'm probably fine. Let's see, I'm producing 70 copper plates, and I'm consuming a little bit more than I'm making. So I need to make. So this tells me I need to make more burners, burner mining drills, more furnaces, and to get more iron and copper. Not much copper. I would think probably maybe 2 more furnaces worth. Alright, so I'm going to build 10. No. We'll do 5. And then 2. I need more stone. So I'm going to do 2 more furnaces. Drills and furnaces for... 2 more drills and furnaces for copper, and then another 5 for the steel. Or, not steel. For iron. Oops. Hopefully I'll get enough coal for that. Because now I just increased the amount of coal I need. But it looks like I got plenty of coal, so we should be fine. Building that 4th setup here was worth it. Alright, got those topped off, and now we gotta get these filled up. Alright. And then I'm gonna build 2 more for copper down here. And I need more coal. Story of my life. That's plenty of coal now. Go down here. Dump that in here. Might as well top them off while I'm down here. Alright. So, got more copper and more iron producing. Still not enough. I mean, these things are sucking the iron up like it's candy. All right, but we're getting close enough, I think, to start. We got 37 drills. That's quite a few drills. So we'll go ahead and get, while these are over here producing, I'm gonna start building some my drills down here. Okay, so these drills, these are electric, right? And so these here are, again, the arrow tells me where they're going to put out. And I have a pretty good setup here that is fairly, that's fairly efficient, I feel. Okay, so if it's red, the outline of it's red, it means there's nothing there for it to pull. There's nothing there for it to mine. So I'm going to look for the last square in a corner here. So up here, there's nothing here. If I go right one, there's something there. If I go down one, so this right here, whoops, I got to get closer, is the furthest corner in this little patch, right? And I'm going to have it generate, or where it puts it downward. Right, I'm going to put it next to each other. So, and then the next ones I'm going to flip over. So you can see here, these are feeding up, these are feeding down. And then I'm going to keep going until it has full coverage. All right, and then, so these are going down, these are going up. And then I'm going to have these, the next row, go down, but there's going to be a gap, right? And I want them to, I want the arrows to meet each other. And this actually will go all the way across. Nice. Whoops. Probably a little bit overkill there, but no worries. So, and when I say the arrows meeting up, these, you see how it's outputting and inputting into the same direction. So that's actually really important for the efficiency of this. So, like, yeah, there's an area here this could fit, and I probably could do that, but I like it to be a little bit cleaner, and I'm not really missing out on that many more resources, because whatever resources it's gathering from here, it's going to gather that same resources from there. Because you see that outline, the little faint green outline, that tells you the area it's collecting resources from. So I'm not really missing anything. All right, so that's going to be good for right now, I think. So now, there's a couple of things here. What I'm going to need, so remember way back we had these transport belts building up here because we're gonna need a lot of transport belts. So I'm gonna grab these. I'm gonna grab all of them. It was like 300, 280, 300. It was 280, I think. All right. So yeah, it's 309 actually because it doesn't count what's down here. So you can see 309 belts. That's not gonna be enough, but it's good to get started. Now I want to make some underground belts as well, which I'm gonna need iron for. Let's see what our iron situation's like here now that these had some time to churn out. Oh, that's much better. I feel a lot better at that. So I'm gonna build these underground belts. I'm gonna build. First off, the splitter. I'm gonna build one splitter, and then these underground belts. And you can see here it requires 5 circuits. So if I added some circuits with me, it wouldn't have to build these. It would just use what was in my inventory. So I'm gonna build 15 of these underground belts. These are gonna be super important. And then I'm gonna build. I need a lot of power poles. I'm gonna build all the power poles I can. All right. So what we're going to do is I want a maximum coverage of power. Now, if I set it here, it's going to block the output of ore, right? So I need to set it here. So these 3 right here are getting power. So I want to move this over until the next group is getting power right here. So you can see that when I put... Actually, let me put another one down here. So you have this one here. It's powering up these 3. And then this one here is powering up these 4 right here, right? And there's and so that's what you want. And it comes out to it's kind of hard to see, but you see that blue outline around the power poles that shows you what area it gives power to. There's one row here where there's no power being received. That's fine because these 4 are still getting power. As long as any part of the machine is touching that outline, it's going to get power. So this is the most efficient setup. So I'm going to come over and you can see I've got one gap there. Come over, one gap, one gap, one gap between the poles, another gap. Oh, nope, that was more than one gap. That is one gap. And by doing this, it will when you're putting them down this way, it will never end up where it is landed right here where the ore is going to be output. So it's super handy. There we go. And then one gap. So now these are all going to get power. These down here are not. So what I'm going to do is build a power pole down here. And then, whoops, no, I'm not. Down one more. And then right here. Actually, I don't really need that one. Okay. So now all of them are going to get power once I connect them up to the main grid, which I'm going to go ahead and do. So there can be a gap of 2. Come on. I'm not close enough. I like clean power pole setups. So I usually take my time with them. Although I probably don't need to, but I do anyways. So I'm kind of neurotic that way. Fluid handling's finished, which is fluid handling is not something I want to be messing with anytime soon. So let's see what our next research is though. Let's see. These are the only 3 I can do left. It doesn't really matter, so I'll just research whatever. Just get them out of the way. All right, let's grab some more iron while we're here, and make sure these have enough iron to do what they need. I'll be happy when I don't have to do this anymore. All right, so we got quite a bit of iron now, so I'm gonna be kind of liberal with it. And I really probably need to get iron into these plates, or into these, to make more belts again, but not yet. Get these boilers topped off. Alright. So we're looking a lot better. We're going to be real better here in a minute. Okay, so why did I build these underground belts? Well, if I set up a belt, now what these belts do is that they carry, you can see here, these drills are now outputting under the belt, they carry the materials. But the problem is that they can't go past the power pole. Power pole's blocking it. So these underground belts, idea is that the belt goes underground under the power pole. So that's all we need to do. And if you look at the belt, So in this case, you can see the direction of the belt. The belts have like a little arrow. You can see there a little arrow, and that tells you the direction that they're going. So when you're placing these belts down, you have to look at the arrow. You can kind of see it there right before it goes underground, the direction it's going. And then there's also another arrow in between telling you the direction that they're moving. So you have to make sure they're in the right direction, or you're not going to get product moved through or moved through. So I'm going to do that and that. I'm going to go all the way down the line. And then, alright. Now I need to connect all these. So, boom, 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 boom. Whoops. And it's so annoying. It didn't used to be that way. It didn't. If you ran over an underground belt with a belt, it wouldn't replace it. Which I don't know why they changed that. I wish they didn't. I need to see if there's a mod for that. Because I could just hold down the button and just run across and not have to worry about accidentally placing a belt over something there shouldn't be. And then I'm going to turn this up here, like so. There we go. So now we are producing a lot of iron. Now, we have these two lonely miners down here, and make a belt. Now here's the thing: is that a item can load directly onto an underground belt, right? And it still accepts it. So this is fine. This is a fine setup. You don't have to worry about that. All right, now here's a little trick. Okay, so in this case, these miners will put only onto this one side of the belt, the top side here. That's a problem. Now in this early game, not necessarily a huge problem, but it's a problem because belts can hold. You're wasting half the belt. So there's a couple of ways around this. There's some really weird, wonky stuff you can do, or what I do is just take a splitter, which is what this does. It takes a belt and splits the resources into another belt. Right, so this is great if I want to move stuff down here and I want to move stuff up here, I can, right? And that's a handy tool for it. But here's another thing you can do with it. Is you can do this, and you can see now it's now utilizing the full belt. Now that it's utilizing the full belt, these will produce much quicker. So what I'm going to do is run this here. Boom. Now, there's something else here, and this is kind of more an advanced trick, if you will. Before I do that, let me go ahead and get researched something else. All right, so this belt here has all of these miners putting in coal, or putting in iron ore. This belt here only has 2, so it's going to produce much slower than this belt. Long term, that can be a problem. So, there's something you can do, it's called balancing, to where it will split both of these belts equally, right? So it will literally take and make sure that the output of both these belts are going to be equal. And it's a little bit of a tricky thing. I've got blueprints for this. I will explain blueprints at the very end, but you will see how handy they are. So basically, you can make a setup and put it in a blueprint. And in a blueprint means it creates something to where you can build it again. So I've got a 2 belt balancer here. Actually, no, I don't want that one. Go away. And that, no, it's good. Another thing researched. Okay. You can hit B on your keyboard to go to blueprints. And I got a bunch of blueprints here. And I have one here for blue belt, yellow belt, and where is my red belt? Oh, it's the yellow belt I want. So I want a 2-to-2 splitter. Actually, that's pretty simple. Okay, never mind. So forget everything I just said just for right now. Just ignore it. Alright, so in the case of wanting to get 2 belts to feed out the same, or to be balanced, requires, I need iron plates. I need a splitter. So now, the discrepancy that both of these right here, like this belt is going to have way more iron ore than this belt will ever have. Now these two belts are going to be equal because it's splitting both of these into these. Now I have blueprints for stuff that's crazy, like I want to split 8 belts into 5 belts, so that way I can put it in. If I have 8 belts of iron ore, put this in here, it will produce 5 belts of equal quantity. Because these 8 belts may be all different quantities. This belt here may have less, this belt here may have the most, you know, and that's not efficient. Now it's going to output 5 belts that all will have the same exact quantity in them. So they're called balancers, and they're very handy, and I will explain blueprints at a later point. So I'm just right-clicking to get rid of the blueprint. So that's just a ghost. So it's like it literally is. It's just a blueprint. It lets me know put these things here, so I don't have to remember about putting them there later. All right, let's do our whole refilling thing here. Let's get everything copper or iron and smelters and everything full of coal. The story of our life right now is just making sure everything has coal. Alright, military's finished. We'll just research whatever's next, because there's not really any researches that we need at the moment. Okay, so did I pick up copper? Let me just pick up more copper just for the fun of it. And we're going to pick up more iron ore, or iron plates. Alright, so we got a lot of iron now, but we're still consuming a lot of iron. So we're going to put a full row here, and then we're going to put a full... Well, that's still pretty good. Actually, okay. So, oh, we're out of copper there. Okay. Put all our copper in there. And I'm going to put the rest of my iron in here, so that way I'm now producing transport belts again, which I've been needing. Alright. So now we're sitting pretty easy, I think. Okay. Got everything producing here that we need producing. We're sitting easy. Okay, so now we have a situation where we have iron ore being produced automatically. I don't need copper. I don't need coal for these. They're automatically powered. So, in essence, I'm just going to pull this stuff out. I don't need it anymore. So I'm just going to pick them all up. Benefit is it's going to give me all that coal I just put in there. Now, this iron patch is so huge, I mean, it literally probably would be a 16 belt output, which would be insane. Since I'm at the beginning now, I'm just going to only have the 2 belts. I'm going to pick up all this stuff. Now, this is not going to be a full furnace situation. Actually, you know what? I don't like this. I want this to go down. So it's going to go down like this. And then I'll put the splitter here, so that way it is all even. Yay. Okay. So now we need a setup for our smelting, right? And there's 2 things here. I need more electric drills actually, because I need copper, or I need coal to be automated as well, because smelters still need coal. Now there is electric smelters that you can get later. You know, those are nice once you need the efficiency upgrades for them, but at this point they're not 100% needed, but they are nice. Well, since I've got all this coal, might as well just make sure everything's topped up here. Actually, I probably will need that iron, so I'm actually going to steal iron out of here and here, because I'm going to need iron because I'm not smelting it anymore. I am literally smelting no iron at the moment. Alright, so this episode's running long, so the next episode I will cover... Let me go get some of my electric miners. So the next episode I will cover. Oh, we got quite a few electric miners now. The next episode we'll cover how to set up a basic smelter setup. So we're gonna do that down here. So see you next time.